Hey, what's up? I'm Phil J, and you're watching Ask Phil J. That's me. If you want to ask me a question, you can always ask me by tweeting me at PhilJDrums on Twitter with the hashtag AskPhilJ. So let's get to the first question. First question, and this is actually the first question I've ever done because this is the first one, so it's kind of a fitting question, from TennisJohn458, and he's asking, how long have you been doing drums, and what was your very first drum kit? And actually, this question is also asked by Kloon Vanderberg. That is the Twitter person's name who asked me this question as well. I have been playing the drums since I was 3 years old, more or less, because I started hitting things with spoons and stuff in the kitchen, and my parents decided to buy me drumsticks. My first drum kit, I'm pretty sure it was a Pearl Export series, but it was really small, and I'm pretty sure it was like an 18-inch kick, something like that. It was black, but I might try to find a picture of that actually. I loved playing on that kit. It was, it was my place to play. I used to set up speakers and play music through them and play along to it, which is pretty similar to what I do now. So not really a lot has changed. And I'm Chris Jordan wants to know, what mics and programs do you use for your videos? And to answer that, we're gonna have to go on location to the studio. Alright, so here we are at the studio, and I'm gonna walk you through the mics that I use in my drum setup. So let's start with the overheads, and the overheads are Apex 185s, and the pencil condensers. The snare I mic on the top and the bottom, and on the top I mic it with a Beta 57A. On the bottom I use a SM57, so there's a Beta 57 on the top and an SM57 on the bottom. Toms, I have SM57s for each, so the high tom and the low tom. On the kick, I use a Beta 52A. That pretty much rounds it up for the mics. If you look at the mics, attached to the mics there's a cord, because you're going to have to plug in your mics to something, and that's something you don't think about often. So think about that. It all runs into my 002, which is back there. It's that little guy right there. And then on top of that, I have something called an Octopre Dynamic MK2. And what that does is it gives me some preamped inputs, which I can then run into my 002. So I plug the mics into the Octopre, I plug the Octopre into the 002, I plug the 002 into Pro Tools, and then I hit record. Matt_Peterson5 wants to know, what video editing software do you use to do multiple camera angles, and how do you edit it so cleanly? The software that I use is Adobe Premiere. I just set up multiple cameras, so usually I have one overhead and one in front of me. Sometimes I've been adding in some more cameras on each side. I click record on one camera, two cameras, three cameras, and I also click record on my Pro Tools session, which is hooked up to all of my mics. So all of that gets recorded at once, and at the end I have my raw video files and my raw audio file. And so what I do is I dump all of that into Premiere, I line them up using the audio and the video, and I try to line them up exactly so that they're on beat, and then I pull in the audio, which we've recorded all at the same time. So basically it's a little bit of lining up, but once you do it a few times it becomes pretty simple. Nana_Koo wants to know, what will you choose, drum or your girlfriend? How do you answer this? Well, the thing with me and myself is that drumming is basically a part of me. It's part of who I am. It's something that I do, and if you ask my girlfriend, she'll be the first to tell you that I never stop drumming, which is just about on anything. Tables, chairs, people's faces. And so I guess I'm lucky because she likes me for who I am, so I don't have to choose. Question sidestepped! Daniela Sayoricht, hope I said that right, wants to know, do you know that you are an inspiration to many drummers, including me, and that your covers are amazing? But I guess I know that now. Thank you for that. Really cool thing to hear, especially when you do so much hard work and practicing, and that's really my goal with these videos, is to hopefully inspire people and make people have a happier day, maybe make you bob your head a little bit. And if it inspires you to pick up a pair of sticks and play along, that's awesome. So that's really what it's all about. John E. Diller, I'm gonna assume that's how you say that, says, hey Phil, did you play in a drumline in high school? The answer to that is no, I did not play any kind of, I've never actually even taken a music class aside from music theater, which I took in grade 12, but they let me just play whatever I wanted because I can't read music. And I'm trying to learn now, and I really like drumline stuff. My buddy Brad Fisher played in a drumline, and So does some of my other friends. They know a lot of cool things that I don't because I never took formal training. But I'm starting to learn it now. For the last 3 or so years, I've been trying to pick up some of the rudiments that they know, and they've been teaching me things. So, you know, never stop learning, always keep growing. But yeah, I was never in a drum line in high school. So that is the first episode of Ask Phil J, and I'll be doing more of these. But first, let's get to the winner of the Phil J Drums Roar t-shirt contest. Basically what I did was at the end of my Phil J Drums Roar video, I said that if you tweet using the Phil J Drums Roar hashtag, we're going to be giving out a free Name and Clothing t-shirt. And I'm wearing the t-shirt now that we're going to be giving away. Now I'm not going to be giving you this one because I've been, you know, wearing it. But I will give you a fresh one. And the winner of that, which we just picked at random, is Jeremy Brinling. His Twitter username is jbrinlinginvis. We're going to send one out to you, Jeremy, and I would like to thank everybody who placed a tweet into that contest. Cool, well thank you for all of your tweets and for joining, and I wish I could send out shirts to everybody, but stay tuned because we're going to be doing more of those, so head on over to my real channel. Well, they're both real. Head on over to my drumming channel, Phil J Drums. Subscribe to Phil J OK, which is the video where I'll be doing stuff like this, and I will see you next time. Quickly, I'm gonna just say everybody's names who tweeted. Wilson Walls, The Fat Batman, Charles Broken Brow, JC Drums 179, WTO Alex, Diogo Guarjardo 9, Dat Drummer Kid, Dead Charles 47, Casey Akeon, Machine Gun Corty, SJ Hoskent, Shabroni, J Brinling, Mr. Boehm, New Stevie, Falzer 7, The Melon 1, Mr. Liam 123, Jonas Vass, Odish Share Horizon, Rob Baker 7, Prankless, J Hall 605, Agnes Masso, Dan Macon Bacon 182, Hanlon, Matt Peterson 5, Hazik Marzicchio, Flipshit, Kenneth 25 Wong, I'll Row Your Boat, Lee Run Nistad, oh, it's Sa Reason, Jocelyn Dan, Dog Gray, Tennis John 458, Frisco Drisco, JC Canucks, Mr. Incredible 197, F_Meganizer, Nanaku, Isaac Temple 2, Ben Gamer 100, Wakhook, Crazy Drummers, Tix 123, Ezza Days, Meow Lissa.